We bout to play 2K. Brutalsim, step back J. Kobe got that clutch, throw it up, that's game. I'm going through the lane, Russell Westbrook quickness. Kyrie.
What up? What up? It's your boy. You don't know Brutalsim on the scene, waking at me with a next video for y'all. The pure lockdown defender, one of the most controversial builds in NBA 2K19. So let's stop, go back, rewind, and review the evolution of this build. Now this build was first introduced in NBA 2K17 when the archetype system was introduced. Now back then, all we could create was the pure archetype build. So if you want to be an elite defender in the game, you had no choice but to go with a lockdown defender build. But even back then, way back then, this build was one of the most effective builds in the game, but still one of the most slept on builds. Partially because the community's offensive based mindset, partially because a lot of people ain't the guru. Just playing. But this build sure as hell came a long way. Now we gonna check and compare a few things to check how this build evolved over the years. Alright. Now let's start off out of the gates with the badges. Yes, I said it, the badges. Now the badges, when you look at NBA 2K17, was probably the most overpowered creation when it comes to the badges, because in NBA 2K17 back then we were still allowed to grind out most of the badges with all archetypes. So the lockdown in NBA 2K17 still had catch and shoot in bronze, corner specialist in bronze, even deep range deadeye in bronze. This build had limitless range in bronze, mid-range deadeye in bronze, and you could top it off with an ankle breaker as well. So this might be, compared to the other 3 years, because when you look at 2K18, there were no shooting badges with a pure lockdown, and it was limited to 23 badges. And the same thing with 2K19, they only added one shooting badge, which was a corner specialist badge, and it still had 23 badges, of course with the elite pickpocket and these other badges, which are pretty much the same across the board. It was still hella limited compared to NBA 2K17, which had 34 badges. Yeah, I said it, 34 badges compared to the 23 in NBA 2K18 and 2K19. Now when I created this build, now I was one of the first few that created this build, man. I created it in NBA 2K17 after playing with Fuzzy. Fuzzy was the first person I saw with a lockdown, and he was actually shooting. And I was like, wow, this build could shoot. Then I went and create one myself. Now he had his in point guard. I created all my lockdowns in all these years in the small forward position, because I always wanted an all-around build that could defend all positions and still be able to cause a lot of havoc on offense. Now this was perfect in NBA 2K17 for me, of course, and NBA 2K19, but 18 it took a little drop. That was the year 2K did the lockdowns a little wrong. I ain't gonna front with y'all, a little wrong. Alright, now looking at these builds, man, in NBA 2K17, when you look at the landscape for 2K17, a lot of builds were a lot shorter. So back then I created my small forward at a 6'7", and he was still able to stop centers easily and point guard, so he could defend all builds from 1 through 5 standing at 6'7". 2K18, I balanced it out a little bit. I created him around 6'8", and he was of course lightweight. All my lockdown build has been lightweight because their strength has always been superior compared to the other archetypes without the lockdown in it, of course. So of course I created him lightweight, 6'8", in NBA 2K18, and that build right there was so restricted only to attacking the basket because the shooting was definitely a problem. Of course, the blow-bys with this build you never used to get a lot in 18 either. Alright, and 18 was the blow-by installments compared to all the rest. The blow-by was the cheese in NBA 2K18, and still you were hella restricted, but attacking the basket with all these builds were elite. Probably because of the bruiser badge, of course, and the strength. Definitely slasher like when attacking the basket. Now NBA 2K19, after they fell off and they did the lockdowns wrong in NBA 2K18, NBA 2K19, it came back stronger and better, to the point that a lot of people are saying this build is hella overpowered. And can you debate that? Can you debate that this is a balanced build? Now let's stop by and look at the stats a little bit. Right now, with my lockdown, and at all these years, I stopped where I felt I was really comfortable with my lockdown. It was never a build that I could really max out, and it was really like I always created a build just to do enough damage and irritate people enough. NBA 2K17, it only took me like 1 week to grind a player, plus the additional attributes. I'm not sure the exact overall, it might be around 95 or so. You would unlock additional attributes as you get higher rep in the park, and it will be available to every build across the board. So if all I gotta do is pretty much like grind to 95, which will only take me like a week or so, then the other attributes would be available. That's how I actually got this player up to a 96 overall. It might be less than a 95 to be quite honest, man. All right, but the system in place was one that took everything into consideration across the board. Where I got a mascot, I could use him on all my builds. If I got clothes, I could use him on all my builds. Stuff like that, which eventually changed in NBA 2K18 and NBA 2K19, where you started getting unlockables individually. So whereas if I got 3 builds, I gotta unlock certain things 3 different times. So I actually got my lockdown on NBA 2K17 to a 96 overall, and he was godlike. The video you're looking at, I was actually experimenting with a new Lonzo Ball jumper, so I could have switched around any other jumper on this build and he would have still be greening once I learned the perfect release for that jumper. Now let's fast forward to NBA 2K18 now. NBA 2K18, and I ain't gonna front, we need to go back at NBA 2K17 for a little bit, man. My 3-pointer, right, on this build in NBA 2K, remember he's only 6'7", right? Now my 3-pointer on this build was a 60 open max. The mid-range was a little better at a 71 open, right? And he had 2 bars left on that 71, so it could have got up a little higher, of course. But back then, the game were when it comes to the attributes, it was in 5 points intervals. You would only see it affect the build at 5-point intervals, right? A lot of people didn't know this, so that's why I would stop around 71 and not go up to 73, because I would just be wasting attributes at that point unless I'm going to 99 and I'm trying to grind him, max him out, which of course in NBA 2K17 it will be a little bit difficult because you gotta be one of those high rep in the park to unlock all these attributes. That was the next thing, by the way, right? Now let's fast forward to NBA 2K18, where the 3-point on this build was a 57 max. Yes, and I was right there. I was at 6'8", lightweight, of course. My arms was not maxed out. I don't think it was maxed out, or maybe it was, but it didn't get to 60 at all. The mid-range was hella low as well, standing at a 58, and he only got 3 bars left, so he could have probably got to like 60 something. So the shooting definitely took a hit in NBA 2K18, and the game did not allow it either. In this game, I was not allowed to change jump shots as freely as I could in NBA 2K17. In fact, only the mid-range was semi-consistent in this game, which actually killed this build for me personally. This build, I hardly ran up against any lockdowns in NBA 2K18, probably because the most overpowered build was a shot creating slasher, which would get so much blow bys and stuff, and the blow bys were so overpowered that there were no use to getting a lockdown either way, right? But the lockdown offensively was crippled in NBA 2K18, which left people to just, nah, I'm not messing with that build. Now fast forward now to the return in NBA 2K19, where now a lot of people are holding their head and scream about this lockdown. Now when you look at the 3-pointer on my build, right, and this is my build specifically. Now remember, this build I created on NBA 2K19 was 6'9" lightweight, right? Now his 3-pointer is at a 61, and that's at a 93 overall, right? 93 overall. As I said, every year I grind this build to where I'm comfortable at, where I feel like I could dominate with this build and I'm good. Now I feel like a 93 or 94 with this build in NBA 2K19 will be perfect. Now as I said, a 3-pointer, I got a 61, right? And that's an open. Now with the mid-range, I'm sitting at a 60 open shots, man. But I still got 3 bars on either one left. If I decide to grind to a 99, then I will actually get some improvements on the shooting. And it's not done in 5-point interval in this game. In this game, every point helps towards an attribute or skill. Now this build with the addition of the Takeover badge is what some might consider to be overpowered. Now I need you to remember that there was something similar called the Grand Badge in NBA 2K17, which was very, very effective, but not nearly as deadly as the Takeover bar in NBA 2K19. Because this Takeover damn near cancels everything. It takes away attributes. It makes players worse just by having the Takeover lit up. Plus, the Grand Badge in NBA 2K17 did not have a bar, so we would play, eventually it would light up, eventually we would get hurt, but we couldn't control it as much as we got control over this Takeover bar. So that's a huge difference in terms of archetypes being able, and you as an individual being able to manipulate how effective or how fast you get the Takeover bar lit up versus the Grand Badge randomly lighting up when you get hot. Unfortunately, NBA 2K18 didn't have either Takeover or Grand Badge, so there was nothing necessarily to really separate the builds and put it over the top. Alright, so yes, it was probably one of the most boring 2Ks. Yeah, that's my opinion personally, NBA 2K18. Now, with or without the Grand Badge, I'm not gonna front, this is definitely the lockdown build of this game, of this era. I'm not gonna front. I got a pure point forward, and the one build I fear as a pure point forward who could run circles around any other archetype in this game is the lockdown. It got Bruiser, which drains your energy, and if you know anything about 2K, energy is everything in this game. All you gotta do is bump someone a few times and it's gonna put their bar at red, blinking red, and they are limited in all their moves across the board. Now this was not like that in previous 2Ks, but in this 2K, yes, energy is definitely one of the most important things. The next thing that somewhat set these different lockdowns apart, it's its shooting efficiency rate. Now in NBA 2K17, there was a really high shooting efficiency rate with the lockdown, but it definitely was slept on by most of the community. Now in NBA 2K18, they completely killed the lockdown shooting ability. The efficiency was pure trash. Right now, it made a strong return in the NBA 2K19, but now it was a different beast, of course, with the addition of the Grand Badge and of course the addition and likelihood of dual archetype, which did not exist in previous 2Ks or in NBA 2K17 when the archetype system was first introduced. So the shooting efficiency definitely changed the game. So imagine having the perfect two-way build, the Klay Thompson of the world, where you could perfectly lock down any build 100% no matter what archetype or what position you are. Then you could come down and hit consistent green threes. That's what I think really sets itself apart from NBA 2K17 all the way to NBA 2K19, or what pulls out NBA 2K18's lockdown as the worst of the three in comparing each build. To sum it up, overall, I think my NBA 2K17 might be one of the best, but 19 is definitely the best lockdown so far, but 18 overall is the worst across the board. The evolution is kind of coming back to a 360, alright, or yes, a 360 I want to say, man, when you're coming back to the same point, not a 180, a 360, whereas the lockdown was extremely good in NBA 2K17, got to be a lot of trash in NBA 2K18 and came back 10 times strong. But this time we got a community that is a little bit more cheesy. It was extremely cheesy back then, but this time we got 3 lockdown squad running, and the lockdown defensively I think is a little bit more overpowered compared to 17. Someone could come and drop me off easily. 18, someone, it's like a lockdown could pretty much stop almost every build in this game. So the lockdown went from being the most slept on, being the most broke, then coming back and being one of the most fair archetypes in the game. I think that pretty much sums it up at its position. This side may be a pure post scorer, might be the only build that might give a lockdown a little bit of trouble, right? But anyways, man, let me know what y'all think about this video. As I said, I am gonna continue this series. I think I created a pure point forward in all 2K since the archetype system been introduced, so I can do this as well. Shout out to a subscriber that actually asked me, I'm sorry bro, I do not remember your name, but I do remember seeing the message with someone asking me what's my favorite archetype across the board and telling me that would be a great video idea, and I decided to make it a little series, and at the ending I'm gonna highlight my favorite archetypes in all 2Ks since I've been playing 2K, to be quite honest. All the builds I had since I've been playing 2K, so it's gonna be beyond the archetype system era, but this is definitely the archetype system era series so far, if you understand what I'm saying. But anyways, man, the video is long enough, man. Hopefully y'all enjoy it, man. Y'all know how it is, man. Your boy Sim. If you're first time to the channel, don't forget to like the video, share the video, and hit your boy a subscribe. If it's not your first time, like the video, share the video. You never know who's gonna be informed. Your boy Sim, one love, respect, bless up. And don't forget, man, if you got the notification bell on lock, just put Bruce Squad in the comment section, man. Much love. Have a blessed one.